Hey, listener, ready to dive into something we all do, but like really few of us actually understand.
I know, right?
Sleep.
Yeah.
And no, we are not talking about like counting sheep or any of those like,
Yeah.
early to bed cliches.
Mm-hmm.
This deep dive is
Yeah.
all about like the fascinating science of sleep and why it's so crucial for your health and like your well-being.
Definitely. We're going way beyond just like feeling rested,
Right.
We're talking about how sleep stages impact your memory and how it affects your physical recovery
Yeah.
and even its connection to your mood.
It's
Yeah.
wild. This source like jumps right into the science and is comparing sleep stages to like levels in a video game.
Oh, interesting.
Have you ever felt like your brain is just on autopilot?
Oh, yeah,
Like at times.
for sure.
That's stage one.
Mm.
That's where you're just like kind of drifting off and your body is starting to wind down.
So it's like you're dipping your toes in the pool before you take
Yes.
the full plunge.
Exactly.
Your muscles relax, your brain waves slow down.
Yeah.
You might even experience those weird hypnic jerks,
Oh, yeah.
like a little sleep startle.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then as you go down to stage two, your body really starts to prep for deep sleep.
Okay.
Think like your temperature dropping, your heart rate slowing.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like your internal thermostat is like being adjusted for the night.
Getting ready, yeah.
But here's where it gets really interesting for you.
Okay.
This source talks about deep sleep, or stage 3, as being super crucial for muscle recovery
Okay.
and hormone regulation.
Interesting.
So like if you are hitting the gym regularly,
Yeah.
this is when your body's working overtime to repair those tissues and build you back stronger.
Gotcha. So it's like having that dedicated repair crew come in every night.
Yes.
Make sure everything's in tip-top shape for the next.
Exactly. And then we hit REM sleep.
Right.
This is where it gets
Yeah.
really wild.
It's wild.
You know how like sometimes you wake up from a dream and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
wait, was that real?
Totally.
That's because during REM sleep, your brain is almost as active
That's true.
as when you're awake.
Yeah, it's like firing on all cylinders.
This is where like most of your dreaming happens.
Yeah.
And it plays a really crucial role in memory consolidation and like learning.
Totally. It's like it's taking all the information from the day and like filing it away.
Right.
And making those connections.
So basically REM sleep is like the ultimate study session
Yeah.
for your brain.
Like the brain is really working hard.
Yeah. No wonder we feel so groggy and like out of it when we don't get enough sleep.
Exactly. And speaking of not getting enough sleep,
Oh, no.
this source talks about the effects of sleep deprivation,
Oh, boy.
which I know is something that you've been curious about, listener.
Oh, yeah.
In the short term, it's that familiar feeling of fatigue,
Yeah.
difficulty concentrating, that brain fog we all feel after a rough night.
Ugh. Yeah. Tell me about it. I once tried to make coffee and I poured the water in the sugar jar instead of the coffee maker.
Oh, no.
Not my proudest moment.
Well, we've all been there.
But it sounds like the consequences of like chronic sleep deprivation
Right.
go way beyond just a couple clumsy mishaps.
They really do. This source actually highlights some serious long-term health risks associated with chronic sleep deprivation.
Okay.
Things like increased risk of obesity and diabetes,
Wow.
heart disease, and even mental health challenges
Yeah.
like anxiety and depression. It's like
Yeah.
your body is constantly running on fumes,
Yeah.
and eventually something's got to give.
That's a little scary, not gonna lie.
It's important to prioritize sleep.
It really makes you realize that sleep is not just about like feeling good.
Right.
It's like fundamental to our overall health
It is foundational.
and well-being.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure that we are getting enough of this precious sleep?
Yeah.
This source mentions something called sleep hygiene.
Yes.
What is that?
Yeah, so sleep hygiene is basically a set of habits and practices that promote good sleep quality.
Okay.
And the foundation of good sleep hygiene is consistency. Our bodies crave routine even when it comes to sleep.
So like no more staying up late on the weekends and throwing off our sleep schedule.
Exactly, you got
Yeah.
it. This source really emphasizes establishing a regular sleep-wake cycle,
Right.
going to bed and waking up around the same time each day, even on weekends, to help regulate your body's natural sleep rhythm.
Interesting.
It's like setting your internal clock for optimal sleep,
I like that. Okay,
Right.
so consistency, that's key. I got it. What else can we do to like create that perfect sleep haven?
We'll think about it this way. You wouldn't really try to fall asleep in a brightly lit, noisy store, right?
True.
Your bedroom should be like a sanctuary for sleep.
Right.
Cool, dark, and quiet.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I definitely sleep better when my room is like nice and cool.
Yeah.
It's like being wrapped in a cozy cocoon.
Exactly. And that darkness is key. Remember how we were talking about melatonin,
Yeah.
that hormone that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this source is saying that exposure to bright light, especially that blue light from screens, can actually suppress your melatonin production?
Yeah, it's like tricking your brain into thinking that it's still daytime,
Totally.
even when it's like time to wind down.
Yeah.
So no more like scrolling through social media in bed, huh?
Yeah. You
I knew it
know,
too good to be true.
putting away those screens at least like an hour before bed can make a huge difference in your sleep quality.
Okay. I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah.
Anything else that we can try? What about those like natural sleep aids that this source mentioned?
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued by this whole CBD-infused honey thing.
Yeah. It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
We usually think of honey as like a sweetener,
Right.
but it's actually been used for centuries for its soothing properties.
Hmm.
This source was talking about how the natural sugars in honey can actually help promote sleep.
Really? How does that work?
Okay, so it's a little technical, but the sugars in the honey, they kind of trigger a release of insulin,
Okay.
and then that insulin helps tryptophan enter the brain. Tryptophan is an essential amino acid that helps your body produce serotonin and melatonin,
Gotcha.
those key sleep-regulating chemicals we talked about.
So the honey is like a little helper. It's like guiding those sleep molecules to like where they need to be.
Exactly.
And then the CBD is just adding like an extra layer of relaxation.
Exact. Think of it as like a 1-2 punch for better sleep.
Hmm.
The honey kind of sets the stage, and the CBD helps you relax and drift off peacefully.
I love it. Wow, this deep dive has been such an eye-opener. We've covered everything from the science of sleep stages to like the importance of sleep hygiene
Right.
and even some really surprising natural sleep aids.
It's amazing.
It's incredible how much there is to learn about like something that we do every single night.
It really is. It's way more complex than we think it is.
Yeah.
But just understanding the power of sleep and like making those small changes
Yeah,
to our habits can have a huge impact on our health and well-being.
it really can. Well, listener, if you are struggling to get a good night's sleep, just remember you are definitely not alone. And the good news is that there are things that you can do to like improve your sleep.
For sure.
Start by incorporating those sleep hygiene tips we talked about.
And-
And hey, maybe even give that CBD-infused honey a try.
Yeah, why not?
Let us know how it goes. Until next time, sweet dreams.